Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Man, did I ever get tricked today? We have a lot to talk about. But before we jump into the video, remember this is not financial advice. I do this for education, entertainment purposes only. So always take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just explaining to you how I make money in the markets on a regular basis. My pitfalls, how I analyze them, how I correct them. When you fail, when you get tricked, that's how you learn. But sometimes you have to mitigate your risk, right? You can't just, get caught with your pants down. So let's jump into the chart. Here we have mRNA, Moderna on the docket. Wow, none of the things that we talked about happened today. So we didn't get the gap higher 250. I think we got the breakdown candle, but it wasn't a gap lower in a breakdown candle, which is it's a bearish, has more momentum behind it in terms of volatility and moving down. We opened at the previous close, which is not ideal, but I thought if we look at what we were talking about yesterday, I was saying that this was looking like, we're killing time off the clock at the highs here for a move higher. So we didn't do that today. We had our breakdown candle, and then we just moved sideways all day today. So it was a trick trap, frustrate kind of day, because what I did is I talked about, taking a position, but, just 30 shares instead of my regular 60. So in certain scenarios, I like to just, go a little lighter. When I know there's a nice pullback and I know this is a buying opportunity, I'm not afraid to double down on or triple down on, my positions to make that extra buck. But when I'm like, I'm not sure, I wasn't that convinced that we were really in this setup for a big move. So I just put 30 shares. 245 is where I got in. I'm still holding those overnight. Typically, I don't like holding overnight. My thought process behind it is we've come down so far, so fast. Earnings is over with. So I think it's okay to hold an overnight. I don't think we're going to get another $30, $40 gap down. Cross my fingers. Again, that's why I take a smaller position. If you're used to trading 100 shares or 200 shares, right, you may, maybe you want to go 50 or 100. If you're going to hold things overnight, you want to kind of limit your risk if the scenario is right. So I still think that eventually where this gap is going to fill, and when it does, I'm going to make a whopping $900 if I keep these 30 shares. So I'm willing to take that risk because, like, what I did today is when I saw this breakdown candle, I bought a put option. It went sideways. I lost, I think, $250 off of that, so $250 here. I think I put minus 300 on my thumbnail. I'm not sure, but $250 was roughly the amount of money I lost today. It happens. I got tricked. I thought this, I short these breakdown candles because I know it works. It works here. It worked here, right? You got some follow through. So even though it wasn't clean, but here you got trapped. So here you got some follow through. Breakdown, follow through, breakdown, follow through. So you're going to get follow through more often than not. Here, breakdown, follow through, a lot more follow. So every time it breaks, you have these breakdown candles. Here are all days where you had a gap higher, breakdown candle, and you had some continuation. So out of these 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2 of them didn't work. So that's why I'm never afraid. I don't have fear to short or take advantage of it, especially when I know my risk. When we came here in the afternoon, I think it was around, it was up here. I said that's enough. I wasn't willing to risk it going all the way here. It can't pull back, whatever, right? Tomorrow's another trading day. I still have my 30 shares. And again, I will hedge my position tomorrow. If we gap down below here and we have a breakdown candle, I'm going to short again. I'm going to buy my put because again, so many times, more often than not, we test these pivot areas. We come back and retest this. So, right, there's still like $25 to be made here. I can definitely profit off of that. So again, it's that same gap trading, short selling fundamentals. If we have a lower open than the previous day low and we have a breakdown candle after the first 15 minutes, that's the strategy, right? We don't trade the open right away. We always wait for that first 15-minute candle close. Gives us an idea of the direction and how to manage our risk. We got the breakdown, we short it. If we have a close above here, that's when we start, we just exit. But, it's a trader's choice. Like I didn't wait for it to go up here. I said, you know what? uh, buy, and again, time is more important than price. I said, it's the afternoon now. We're not going down, right? We're not going down. So I exited my position. It's like it was like, I think, 1:30, 2 o'clock. So I'm not going to stick around to find out, to be on opium, hold this option overnight, gaps in my face. Now that 250 loss is a $500 loss. I don't want to have to deal with that. So it's a trader's choice, and that comes with experience. Now, bullish case, that's the bearish case, right? That's if you want to look for a bearish scenario and you want to short it, this is what you want to look for. That's what I'm wanting to look for. That's what I'm looking for. And again, now I still think that we're going to fill that gap, so I still want to buy. Again, if we gap up, or if we open at the open, I'm going to buy. Oh, sorry. Well, let me correct that. I'm going to do one scenario at a time. If we gap up and we trade down to the close, buy. If we open at the close, buy. So those are the buy setups, right? So gap up, trade back to the close, or we just open at the close. I'm going to initiate a buy, and I'm just trading lightly here, right? Because again, I think that we're going to test this at some point, but I also think that we're going to test here at some point. So that's why I'm willing to buy and to also buy options. I think expiring on November 12th is the one that I'm purchasing. So that's how I'm managing that risk. That's how I'm trading Moderna right now. This thing's volatile. Once the sellers are out and then this thing catches a bid, it's gonna rock our socks off, and we're gonna have $1,000, $2,000 day. It's gonna come. We just got to be patient and set ourselves up. 80% of the time, market fills the gap. This is a $30 gap. There's another $30 gap here, right? And you could say this is a lot of bearish momentum, and it's sure it can keep going down, but it's going to test these areas. There's a high probability that it'll come back and test old resistance. It's just going to not fall straight down, right? So that's what I wanted to talk about on Moderna. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Please comment, subscribe for more content, and if you're interested in other things, let me know. I'd love to make videos about them. We have some educational content coming down the road. More about just day trading and technicals, kind of where I got my information from, things like that. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.